Hello everybody, with Factorio 0.13.16, you can now choose which station a train will go to via circuit signals connected to train signals. And so because of this, you are now able to make a train go to whichever station has the least number of resources. So here's my quick circuit to show how that works. You'll see the train's currently going to the bottom station. It has 1300 while the top one has 2000. It will unload there. Let's actually just speed up the game a bit. Just so this can all go fast. And now you'll see it's going to the top station and it will unload there because now the top station had the least number of resources. Now it appears the bottom station has less resources. It has 1700 versus 2000. So the train will fill up and go to the bottom station. And then at some point, the top station will have the least, now it has the least number, so it will fill up and go to the top. So, the way this works is through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 combinators, and you just, actually no, 6. This one's a special one only for this station. 6 combinators, you repeat this at each unloading station, and then you have 2 combinators at each signal, and another 2 to work as a clock. This just makes it slightly nicer so that these don't flash on and off constantly when they're unloading. So how does it work? Let's just go back to normal speed. Okay, so the train fills up all these chests. They're all connected to each other, and they go to this arithmetic combinator, which says for each thing, add them and output that on signal 0. So it outputs on signal 0 how many items are in all these chests. This is a special arithmetic combinator. It gets what the previous lowest number was. For this one, because there was no previous lowest number, we connected to this constant combinator set to 100,000. Just to, make sure that these 3 work as a min function. Just to make sure that our min function isn't choosing 0 because we have no previous station. How the min function works is a little bit complex. If you've done binary maths, it might make slightly more sense. You might need to think about how this works. Basically, so what we do is we subtract 1 from 0. So 1 is our previous, they're 2 values, essentially. 1 is 0. 0 is our current, 1 is our previous, but it doesn't matter. So you subtract 1 from the other, and you get 2, which is the difference. You then say, is 1 less than 0? If so, output what the difference is, and then you add 0 and that difference into 1. I'm trying to think of the best way to explain how this math works. Basically, if you follow the mathematical formula through, I'll probably put up an annotation somewhere to show you the formula, but it's essentially 0 plus 1 minus 0 times 1 less than 0. And this is only true when 1 is less than 0. So when 1 is less than 0, that's a 1, otherwise it's a 0. So we're getting 0, 0 plus the difference if 1 is smaller. That's how this min function works. So from out of this one, we get the minimum value. We just put it onto this, which feeds into the next one's previous value 1, 1 plus 0, output 1. That means that one's not really needed. You could hook it up better. I literally just made this right now. So where this one has a constant combinator going into this one, you feed the previous best output into this one. And so you can just chain this up as far as you want. This can go on and on and on. Obviously, there's one other combinator here. I'll go to where the train's not. This also gets the value from the chest, and it just outputs it on 0 and sends it on the green wire. So, at the top here, we have a red wire, which has the value that's the minimum on all the stations, and we also have a green wire coming from each station, which is the value at that station. So you can see the red wire goes up, across, and down to both of these. The green wires go from this one to this one to these 2. And from this one to this one to these 2. Okay, next part, we have a simple clock. A is 1, while A is less than 60. Output A is input count. That's just a simple 60-tick clock. It's just used to smooth out the value that you're going to get for your signal. So how do we choose a signal? The very simple way to do it, we just go if signal 0 is equal to signal 1. So signal 1 is the minimum value at any station. Signal 0 is the value at this station. Yeah, there you go. So you can see signal 0 is about 3000, while signal 1 is about 2000, because signal 1 is the value at this station. So we say if this station has the minimum amount, output 2 as 1, signal 2. This one just buffers that 2 output, so it says as long as there's a value for A, output 2's input count. We've got its output hooked to its input, so it works as a memory cell, and it's also hooked into the output of the top one. That's where it gets its initial 2 from. So how this works is essentially as long as A has a value, 2 will just count up, and whenever A is reset back to 0, 2 resets. One quick thing, the final thing, oh great, I got messages on Hangout. The way this rail signals work, if 2 is equal to 0, they are closed. So as long as this has a value for 2, they will be open. So that's how the circuit works, and that's it. Have a good day.